How's it going, eh? Yeah? How do you find wearing a mask? It's all right.
Okay.
You're kidding. What, you think...
I struggle when I run with it, but otherwise...
Well, you don't have to wear it when you run.
I had to run this morning and got a bit puffed.
I mean, it's doing you harm, mate.
No.
No? Do you wash your mask every day?
Well, probably not as much as I should. But,
How often do you wash it? Because you're supposed to dispose of it because they've got germs and bacteria in it.
yeah.
And that's what's going to kill you more than a virus that doesn't exist.
I think 900...
Mate, 900 people died from the flu last year.
950,000 dead people this year from the virus.
700,000 die every year, mate, from the flu worldwide. Did you know that?
Yes, so
What's the difference?
well,
They just
950,000.
they changed it, mate. Do you realise 180,000 dead in America? That even the health department's classified that 94% were with the virus and not from the virus. So only 9,000 actually died out of 180.
Yeah.
This is fact.
Breathing and then
Mate,
die. So it might be that part of your organ might have actually caused you.
No. People are dying from heart attacks and they're putting down as COVID. 2.6%. No, sorry, 2.6.
You pop into the hospital. You're watching people die.
Who's dying? Do you know anyone's died?
Me?
Yeah. No, you don't.
I don't personally, no.
Well, no one does.
Well, yeah, there's 700 people away from it.
I'll ask you a question. How many people under 50 have died in Australia?
I don't know off the top of my head. It's a very small number.
It's two.
Just because you're older than me,
It's
I don't
two.
think you should die.
Two people under 50, which is 75% of the population. And you call that a pandemic? 400 people die a day in Australia. 400 people die a day in Australia, mate. From all sorts of causes. Do you realise the suicides have skyrocketed? Do you realise suicides are 10 times more people are dying from suicide?
The coroner released the figures which actually showed there's not been...
That is bullshit. It's bullshit. It's all lies, mate.
Okay.
We know for a fact that suicides are gone through the roof. As health problems, domestic violence. But explain how...
A friend of mine who I work with
Yeah.
suicide 3 or 4 months ago. It's very distressing, but still, continue with your political talking point.
27,000 cases, right, in all Australia.
Yeah, this is just...
99% recovery rate. 99% are just mild runny noses.
Yeah.
27,000 cases mean nothing in a pandemic. Go back to, you heard of the Spanish flu? 1918?
The Spanish flu, yes.
How many people died?
Extremely aware of it.
How many people died?
I don't know off the top of my head.
50 million.
Right.
Guess what the world's population was then?
I'm assuming it was somewhere around the billion mark.
1.8 billion. What do we got now? 7.7 billion?
Yeah.
That equates to 210 million people dying if this was the same. Here, we haven't even got a million.
No.
We haven't got a million. 60 million people die a year
How
worldwide.
many more people need to die before you decide it's big enough for us to do something about, even though it's not real in the first place?
I'll just go back. 2 people under 50, which is 75% of Australian population.
You might have noticed that...
2 people under 50, which are fake. Fake. 30-year-old unnamed. 42-year-old unnamed. No details of them. They tried to use 30-year-olds before in Queensland. Oh, the family complained because the guy was in bed for 7 months and he died from all other problems. Nursing homes are given $25,000 each to put COVID on death certificates.
Totally,
Hey?
completely made up.
What's made up?
The idea that because they've got COVID on a death certificate, they suddenly get a sum of money. From who?
I've had 4 people call me to tell me.
Yeah, excellent.
I've had families have been contacted by the nursing homes to offer them $9,000 to put the grandmother's name as a COVID death. What do you think Daniel Andrews reads out every day? 10 dead, 70s, 4 in the 80s, 4 in the 90s, in the 100s, all from aged care homes. They can use the aged care because they're going to die anyway. They don't have any COVID because COVID doesn't exist, mate. It doesn't exist. Hey? It doesn't. I don't care who it's. People die in aged care homes every day of the year, and will die. They use them as the cases for this bullshit. Why does this bug attack kids like the normal flu does? 2 people under 50. How many cases under 50 in Australia? 17,000 cases under 50 and only 2 people have died. And that's a pandemic? Think about it, 2 people under 50 out of 17, that's 2/3 of the cases, 27,000, 17,000, 2 people. 440 people die a day in Australia, 140 a day in Victoria from all sorts of... As Andrews gets up and gives his heartfelt condolences to the families of the people that die from cancer, from tuberculosis, which is 10 times the amount of people that die from tuberculosis. They don't give a stuff. It's all about COVID, because it's a scam, mate. It's a depopulation. It's a total population control scam.
Sure, Daniel Andrews would very much prefer that this wasn't happening.
He's getting paid by those. Bill Gates wants the whole planet. Bill Gates wants the whole planet vaccinated, mate. This is all about the vaccine, and it's not a vaccine.
The vaccine doesn't exist.
It's not a vaccine.
It doesn't exist.
It's the microchip, mate. It's the microchip. That's what's in the vaccine. Nothing to do with a virus. Nothing at all to do with a virus.
It's okay.
Well, you don't believe that?
Absolutely not.
Oh, well, take the vaccine. You take the vaccine.
This is a pandemic.
What a cashless society. You like that too? Good on you. Take the vaccine. It's been a week since I've done this. I just happened to find an idiot. Fucking what hope have we got? What fucking hope have we got? Hey! There you going? Oh, I don't know. Do I say hello to this lady? How you find breathing in the mask? What do you wear it? I know.
Yeah, I know. But I have to work in the city in an office with a mask.
Really? You know the reason why you wear a mask is you're supposedly spreading a virus. Have you got a virus?
Not that I'm aware of.
So why are you wearing it? $200 fine?
Probably that.
Yeah, most highly likely. People are shit scared of $200 fine. And as long as people are doing that, we're fucked. Because to tell you what, there's no virus, all right? It's population control, and they have got us by the balls. They know for a fact that masks are killing people. It's given us hypoxia, lack of oxygen. It has got nothing to do with stopping a virus, because it's like a mosquito going through the hole. That's what that mask's doing. And all you're doing is developing bacteria and germs in there. And people are wearing masks that don't wash. They wear them every day, and they've got good germs inside, and they're breathing it back in, as well as the carbon dioxide. And people got to wake up, because it's too late. Victoria and Melbourne's the guinea pig state for the whole world. They've been planning this for years. Years, and it's all about the vaccine, you know that? It's all about the vaccine, because it's not about a vaccine that's going to cure anyone. It's about the microchip, and probably sterilisation. No more children. It's all about population control. And people got to realise this. They don't give a shit about you. If this was a real pandemic, they wouldn't say anything. They'd want people to roll over. Yeah, keep wearing a mask. There she is. Yeah. She watches. She thinks it's real. This woman thinks it's real. Walking around, sucking in her own carbon dioxide. You know, I talked to her before. She stuck her fingers in her ear, didn't want to hear me. Because you know what I said to her? How many people in Australia have died that are under 50? You tell me. How many?
Not many.
Two. That's 75% of the population. That's you, me, not so much me, everyone. 2 people in 8 months. And this is supposed to be a pandemic. How about people freaking wake up? 2 people, and they're bullshit people too. No name given to these 2 people. They just make these 2 up. And that's with 17,000 cases. 2 people, 17,000, which is 2/3 of the cases in Australia. Doesn't exist, it's a lie. I hope I put something in your head.
Yeah.
You have? That's good. Well, might have woken her up. Funny enough, that other idiot that came past, I spoke to her, 20 minutes ago, around the corner with another guy. And I said the same thing to her. She stuck her fingers in her ear, didn't want to hear about it. Didn't want to know about it. Says, I don't want to hear what you're saying. I just asked the question, how many people under 50 have died? I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it because I'm going to watch the news later. I'm going to believe what they say in the news. I don't want to hear you because you look like a conspiracy nutter. And Fancy rolling into her again. I don't want to go back there. That's where I met her. I'll just go back here. And I think that'll do. That'll do for a short little bike ride today. The weather's nice for a change. And I'll put this up on my channel right now.